Hi guys, it's Ona, your energy customer service rep from Chicago. Good morning or afternoon or evening. This is Moonshine, full moon in Capricorn 1.0, because there's going to be another one with
Right.
my co-host, Dr. Vicky. Thank you so much for allowing me to wedge myself into your busy day. It's just so awesome for you to be able to like give us like the juicy components of these full moons and help me on this journey and putting all this stuff together. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Dr. Vicky Skirbo. And we're going to be talking about this full moon in Capricorn, which
Yes.
is occurring on Friday evening. So it would be Friday at 8:08 p.m. Central Standard Time. I should be able to be up on the roof for that. I won't be able to do any candle lighting or anything, but I'll take care of that right after the moon moves into Capricorn. So
That's
this is an interesting new full moon because you actually have enough time to sort of sort yourself around the things that are coming in. For instance,
For instance, yes.
for instance, responsibilities with your work in your work creating boundaries, or your work creating boundaries with you. That's very the Capricorn structured thing that that offers us, right? The sun, I'm a Capricorn sun and she's a Cancer sun. So the sun over there,
So we are the embodiment of this full moon,
this is
really.
this is me, the full moon here.
And
Uh,
I'm the sun.
and the
And
sun
I'm hot
sun's
because it's
not
hot
going down
out.
right now. The sun's got Venus over there. The sun's got, oh, he's got Mercury over there right now. So he's got all this stuff that he's shining onto the moon over here in Capricorn, who's working two jobs.
And the next full moon, the next time you see us on Moonshine, we will have a full moon in Capricorn
2.0.
2.0.
I
That's
know.
right. So
So
the beginning and the end of Capricorn. Cancer Capricorn, right? Because you can't have a full moon without the sun.
right. Pay attention to this month. Pay attention to this month because maybe what you don't resolve on this full moon in Capricorn, you have this little window of time in the next full moon in Capricorn to be able to sort of blend it all together,
Yeah.
right?
It's almost like a parentheses,
Yeah,
acting like a parentheses.
yes. What are some of the highlights of the full moon? Can we look at the chart? If you
Sure.
have,
Yeah.
yeah. I think Giblets might have been a bad dog again. He's been being a bad dog.
He's perfect. I love Jibs. I have to go get my cat. He's crying at the door, and it's getting dark out. So you have Jibs, I have
Yeah,
Charm. What can
no,
I do?
you don't want to leave a dark cat out in at night. Yeah. So if you see where the sun is over on the right lower, I would be the quadrant there. It's at 01 of Cancer. The sun moves into Cancer tomorrow on Thursday, 3:51 Chicago time, which is the summer solstice. And I am planning and carefully calculating this ovomancy because it's been in the 90s. I do leave the air on for the dog, but I cannot leave an egg out on the kitchen counter. It'll cook for that long of a time. So I'll try to set it up in the morning, and then when I get home, I'll be able to do that. So that would be like ovomancy, and then the full moon, which is what we're trying to talk about now. And I'm kind of overriding that. So I was just saying, like, see the sun over here on the side here on the right, and that's next to Venus, and then Mercury's up there, like all in Cancer, newly placed in Cancer. When you say, so
Yes.
maybe you're feeling your words are making an impact on other people. You're thinking about what words are more nurturing to people around you. Gilbert, did you just hear me say that? Are you being nurturing right now? Let me get the dog. Let me get the dog. Let's talk about this whole
This is perfect because it's like the black and the white, right? Black cat and the white dog.
you know, is there anything that talks about enmeshment in this whole movie? Because, we tried not to admit this, but lately it seems like, and especially since I've been working the last few days, he's been more enmeshed than usual. Or that I pet every dog on the way to work. So he comes home and smells other dog on me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the other, the interesting thing about Cancer Capricorn as an axis, it's a parental axis as well.
And it's
right?
his birthday.
Jibs, happy birthday.
10. He just doesn't even know. But I usually will pull a card, and I might do that actually in the morning, pull a card and see what he wants for his birthday. Like a chewy toy that scratches his back at the same time, or anything that it's always got pentacles in it, which is foodstuffs. So
Right.
I'll pull a card and I'll get him his birthday thing. A little birthday party for him. He'll love it.
I have to say, I love my cat, but it is pretty hot in here. And he's just like, it's like having a living, breathing mink stole on you when it's like 80 something.
Yeah. There's something about that they want some attention right now. And this full moon, actually, this is part of the stuff that's going on. This Cancer stuff are these
Yep.
right? The things around us that are we may not be able to see at eye level that are needing our attention.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Especially with the sun and Venus.
This full moon is we have Neptune square this full moon, right?
Yes.
And so there is this sort of mystical, illusionary side to it. But when it goes into when we have the next full moon at 30 degrees of Capricorn, it's going to be sextile Neptune, which is a better aspect with Neptune.
Mhm.
And so there is, I feel like this full moon, there's a lot of course, issues of security come up, issues of parenting perhaps, but everything is obfuscated. Everything seems almost dreamlike. And it's really hard. I have to put him down because I think my temperature just went up to 100.
I know.
Oh, baby.
Which is an interesting point with Saturn being the ruler of Capricorn. Saturn's in Pisces. It's squaring Neptune in Pisces. So it's got that obfuscated area to it.
That's right.
It's
And we actually have at the end of June, we have Saturn, I think the 29th, is stationing retrograde in Pisces. And then on the 2nd of July, just 2 days later, Neptune retrogrades in Pisces. So not only is this, in the case of Neptune, square this full moon, they're pretty much standing still because when they change direction, or they don't really change direction, just from our perspective on planet Earth, they slow down to a crawl, especially Neptune, because actually Neptune has been in this last degree of Pisces since I think May 4th. So we've been sitting in that last degree of Pisces for a long time. And this is the last year that I think it's completely in Pisces. It will go into Aries next year, but then it goes back into Pisces, Neptune I'm talking about. And then Saturn doesn't go into Aries until 2026 when it conjoins Neptune. So there's this energy around this whole time, and also perhaps seen in this full moon of things coming to some sort of end, but maybe not. Maybe it's you know what it feels like to me? It feels like we're on the verge of a big change, but I think we've been talking about this for like 9 years now. It's like we're almost there, right about ready to,
Right?
and then Neptune,
And then it stations. It's like,
and then it's like, but it also, it also, all this Neptune energy, Pisces energy, it's imaginal in its nature. And
yeah,
so it has power. The power of the imagination is unbelievable. It can make you crazy.
it has power. It also has some, to me, it feels like because of my Saturn and Pisces, it does have a way for you to sort of concretize ethereal concepts,
Yes, absolutely.
right? And
Yes.
that's what I think I'm learning about Saturn and Pisces now that it's visiting again. And I thought, oh God, but no, it's a channel. All these are portals, all these are channels for us to pick up different things to be able to teach people, to teach the earth, to learn from it, to learn how to learn from it, to learn how to communicate with our animals and all that other stuff. All these are portals so that we can start to elevate our consciousness.
That's right. That's right. And then every time we look out into space, the further we can see, the more we're aware of, the bigger our consciousness becomes. And so there are things being introduced into our consciousness now that are beyond our, in many cases, beyond our imaginings, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
do you want to say anything else, or the Sabian symbols for this new moon
A
being
man
full
in a
moon?
major carpet hovers over a large area landing.
Yes,
Expanded perception. Yeah, expanded perception. That is how it feels with take advantage of this time while we've got this Saturn and Pisces ruling these next two full moons and expand the consciousness, right?
and
Or
if we look at um the full moon at 2 Capricorn, 3 stained glass windows, 1 damaged by bombardment, the threat of destruction. Beauty is the first casualty of war, experiencing destruction and entropy with awareness, opposing the sun with the man on the magic carpet. So it in a way, to me anyway, it sort of symbolizes the options that we have.
yeah,
And which one would you choose,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Right? We have a choice. We have free will in this
yeah,
incarnation. And no choice is a choice. So if you don't think you have a choice, that's why, like, in a way, the voting for president of the United States this year is so very, even if it wasn't what it is right now, it'd still be an important
yeah.
choice point, I think.
Even if you can't make up your mind, you cannot throw up your hands.
That's right.
You cannot throw up your hands and say, I don't like either one of them. You know what I mean? I get
Right.
more of that kind of narrative that I hear, although I'm in a politic-free zone now
Yeah.
at work, which is great. Um, that's the kind of narrative I'm hearing. Well, like either one of them, it's no, you still have to make.
Well, honestly, if people are saying that, they're not paying attention. I think that's an easy out. And part of the lesson of Capricorn, right, is to take responsibility.
Right, right.
Take responsibility for your choices. Take responsibility for your non-choices. Grow up.
Yes.
Grow
Yeah.
up. You are responsible for yourself, the situations you find yourself in, on some level you're responsible for, and you're responsible to get yourself out of them. Not without help, though. There's plenty of help. You don't have to do it on your own,
Right.
right?
right.
You
We
just
have
have
for
to have
reserve.
the will, really.
Yeah, that is what it is all about. It is all about the willingness to want to change a pattern that you recognize is not working for you anymore.
And the vibration of the day is a 35-8.
Oh,
And
it's
that's
the
the
Nine of Wands.
9 of Wands, right? Putting up boundaries. Didn't you say it was about boundaries? That's what you
Oh,
said.
I did say it was about boundaries. I also said that I said, I don't have anything to report but fire. Like, I just smell fire. And we have had, I don't know if there was a boat today or a jet ski or something. I saw that on the way home, but I smelled that all day. And there was like a pallet fire when we were at astrology class last night. I'm like looking around. I thought I left something. It was a pallet fire, even though the winds were pushing that way. I'm like, if I tune into this full moon, it gets more smoky.
Yeah. Well, this is a
Like,
Sagittarius card, right? And
oh,
as we're doing this today, the moon just moved into Sag.
yeah. So it's been a very Sag kind of thing. So I think what I did nail for this Capricorn full moon was tourmaline. I just sat down. I just sat down and I said, and I thought, what? And I'm like tourmaline for this full moon. And then my phone rang and we had to postpone. Saturn has this way, who's the ruler of this moon, to tell you exactly when he wants things done. You came on early. I said I got a bail, and then when I realized it wasn't too much of a crisis, I'm like, oh, I'll be home by 6:30, and the tourmaline sort of like came with me, and I feel like I need to dress like one now.
I am one with the tourmaline. The crystal that comes to mind for me is smoky quartz.
Yes, yes, yeah.
I like that.
Like
I
a
like
good
that for
smoky
this full moon.
quartz.
Yeah.
Smoky quartz for me generates past life memories, or trying to maybe access one for someone or for myself. It's got that quality for me, is the smoky quartz. And I could connect it to the Capricorn full moon in past lives for sure.
Right. And then of course smoky, right? You're smelling fire.
And it's supposed to rain. It's disturbing. It's disturbing because you think all the food you're eating is burned. Like, it was kind of burnt. Like, no, it's not burned. Like, taste this lettuce tastes like it's burned. Forget it.
So then you know it's not the food, right?
Pretty much. Yeah. I have Altoids with me, so I'm good. So tourmaline is one of our Capricorn stones, and it's not expensive, or any black stone. I know we've gone over this before, where like this, it's the thing that absorbs the negativity.
That's right.
Because
And there's so much
fall into that.
negativity. We should be walking around with chunks of tourmaline hanging off our body. Tourmaline hat, tourmaline mittens.
Yeah, it really is. I think it's easier to feel bombarded. I know we talk a lot about how people are opening up more and being more sensitive to the information that's coming in, the downloads, like we say, or open to vibrations or signs and stuff like that. Or you're also open to things that are as benefic
Yeah.
sometimes, that some dark jeer, if that somebody, you stepped in the street and they were trying to cross it, trying to drive through, and they look at you, and those kinds of weird things you don't realize can stay with you. They can stick with you
Yes. Yes. The energetic stuff. Yeah.
subconsciously, and you feel like guarded or threatened. Like, that's what the black stones are good for, to sort of be able to learn to let that go.
Sort of like rain off a duck's back, right? That kind of energy.
Yep.
Yeah, like puts a protective, almost like a protective shield
Yeah,
around you.
yeah.
Another, it's not a crystal, it's a mineraloid. Um, and you probably have it. Sugilite, is it? No, is it?
I
No.
do like it.
Is it Sugilite? Is that the black stuff?
I think it's dark purple.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, that's not the one then, but that's good too. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think. You wear it for because it helps to with all the wavelengths, everybody has phones now and
Oh,
shungite, isn't it?
shungite. Yeah, I have
Shungite.
shungite water. I
Yeah,
put a piece, I have a bowl of salt that I use, like, and I put a piece of it in there just so, because salt absorbs negative energy too,
that's right. That's what our grandmothers would have done,
Right?
right? They would have
Yeah.
put if they thought there was a curse, they would put salt around the property or salt in the
Right.
corners of the room.
Yeah, I have shungite. I think I have a piece in my wallet. It's an electromagnetic absorber. So it's like an electromagnetic sponge. When you are sleeping with your cell phone on, it's plugged in or the battery, like if it's that close, there are waves that are crossing over. They think it even make like shungites, cell phone inserts and stuff where,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
That would
so
be
people
good.
are aware of this. They do, I think, appreciate that there are those energies that are disruptive sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's what I get for this full moon. And two new jobs, not just one. So I got lucky and I got a per diem gig in another hospital a mile in the other direction. So it's that kind of moon.
And I think it's that kind of time. There's a certain amount of hedging your bets that has to happen at
Yeah,
this time. Like it can't just be one thing. You have to do one thing and then maybe have a little something on the side. That way, if that one thing doesn't, it's about staying. And I think that's staying like versatile, staying like being willing to shift and change when necessary. And I think that's a big part of the Pisces, Saturn and Pisces energy that
yeah.
we're
And still allowing time for your art because, like we
the
said,
most important thing.
yeah, to concretize these messages that are coming in is really important. And the art that's out there is fantastic.
Yes.
And I think AI truly deserves its own category so that it's appreciated for what it is and not trying to sneak in to other
Right.
media and mediums that would disrupt the natural organic flow of art the way we know it.
Right. Yeah, I was actually having that conversation with a client today. I'm like, you know, art art is a great way of accessing, like, even just we were talking about, creating some sort of book that you put your art in and you put your thoughts in, and it's almost like a life book. But I know that they have life books where I want this and I want that and I want this, but
Mhm.
this would be more of like a reflective, you know, things that you gather, stories you tell. I mean, I think, and what a gift, I guess, people who do scrapbooking do that on a certain level.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of online. I don't know. I know scrapbooking was really, really big. I don't know if it has as big a following anymore. I
Right.
did one for every year of my kid's life. And then when I think it was like 12, 13, 14, I had this big pile of photo albums and everything was online.
Yeah.
So it kind of like teetered after that. And there's not a lot of space for all that stuff, you know? So
Well, I think whatever your medium is,
yeah, use it, do it.
use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's washable, like chalk sidewalk or edible, put the thought of art into a project for this full moon. I will see you on the roof. I can get up there. It might be raining. It might be raining, in which case I'll just stay in the solarium kind of area there. And I should be able to get some good, decent video there. So I will see you guys. I also want to do a solstice ovomancy. I told you I'm gonna try and schedule that for tomorrow afternoon. And it's also Giblet's birthday, so
Well, you definitely have to do something for Jibs. I mean, you have to share it with all of us because I mean, everybody loves you, Ona.
I know. I know. I know. Oh God. I
It's
walk
like
the dog
every morning I go out and I do my astrology in the garden.
first
And if
charge.
and if Charlie isn't there, everybody says, "Where's Charlie?" I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I walk the dog and everybody's like, oh, cutie. Oh, hello, sweetie. I'm like, me with a dog. Me. They're like, no. I said, oh, nobody says that to me. Nobody. Oh, what a cutie.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you would slug them if they said that.
Oh, about the dog. He's just like,
He is awful cute though. You got to give it to him.
yeah, and he'll be 10, and I am so grateful to have this dog for 10 years, and I can't even tell you. So we're gonna do a thing. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. I'll have more detail as more detail comes in, and we'll see you like tomorrow.
Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful full moon.
It's gonna be a good full moon.